Are you sitting comfortably?
Then we'll begin.
Once upon a time, there were 3 little girls, and they lived in a beautiful cottage in the middle of a wood.
A deep, dark wood. A really bad, scary wood.
No, it wasn't. It was a lovely wood.
You really are being no fun with this.
Just deal with it. So, where were we?
Deep, dark wood.
Oh, it's nice wood. I know. Right. So, one morning, the 3 girls got up and made a big vat of porridge.
Ugh.
Porridge is lovely, especially if it's got fruit in it and a bit of sugar sprinkled on the top.
I'll take your word for it.
So, they made the porridge, they served the porridge, but it was too hot. So they thought about it for a moment and said, I know, let's go for a walk. Just a little walk, bit of a constitutional.
Get a bit of fresh air, a bit of exercise.
When we get back, the porridge will have cooled and we can eat it. They all thought this was a really good idea.
Exercise, never a good idea.
Don't be silly. So they all decided that was a good idea, and they got up and they found their fishing nets and they went out for a walk down to the stream, where they had a lovely time trying to catch little fish in the stream.
And then they ate them.
No. They were only tiny fish. They let them go afterwards.
What's the point of catching fish if you're not going to eat them?
Will you be quiet? Where was I?
Fishing.
Thank you. So, oddly enough, and completely unusually for these little girls, they forgot to set the burglar alarm.
That was daft. Anyone could walk in.
And they did. Not long after they'd gone, another little girl walked up. She was feeling tired, weary, and quite a lot hungry. She went and knocked on the door. There was no answer.
Hardly surprising. The girls were out fishing.
She pushed on the door, and it opened.
Because they'd forgotten to lock it. See, told you, anyone could walk in.
This little girl walked into the kitchen. To her delight, there were 3 bowls of porridge on the table. You can see where I'm going with this, can't you?
Yes, we can. I nearly said a very rude word then, but I won't.
Well done. So, where were we?
Cup of coffee. Cup of coffee.
Thank you. No coffee. Girls didn't really like coffee, unless it was quite milky and quite sweet. Porridge. 3 bowls of porridge. This little girl had a quick taste of the first bowl of porridge. Ow! It was too hot. She had a taste of the second bowl of porridge. Ow! It was also too hot. Not to be beaten, she tried the 3rd bowl of porridge. And it was just about the right sort of temperature. So she covered it with sugar and ate the lot. She realised that her feet were really sore because she'd been on the run.
On the run? Was she some kind of a criminal?
She just broke into their house, didn't she?
Technically, it wasn't breaking. The door wasn't locked.
I'm sure there's a technical term for it then. But she went into the living room. There were 3 chairs. A blue one, a red one, and a yellow one.
Guess whose is whose?
Doesn't matter. She sat on the red one. It was too big.
Can't touch the floor.
She sat on the blue one. It was too big.
Still can't put my feet on the floor.
She sat on the yellow one, and it shattered underneath her rather ample bottom.
Ow!
Said the girl.
Oh, I could sue somebody for that. That's an unsafe chair.
She got up, dusted herself off, and explored the cottage. There wasn't a lot to it really. There was a toilet with a shower and stuff, and a kitchen, and a living room, and a flight of stairs.
Oh, a flight of stairs. Did they go down into a really scary cellar?
No, they went upstairs to a bedroom.
Oh.
She went upstairs into this really quite nice and amazingly tidy bedroom. There were 3 beds.
Oh, what a surprise. 3 beds, 3 chairs, 3 this. These things come in threes, don't they?
Yes, now be quiet. She tried to get onto the first bed. It had a blue cover pane, but it was all covered in books, and it was all covered in toys. The floor was tidy, the rest of the room was tidy, but the beds weren't.
I won't fit on there. There's too much stuff.
Said the girl. She went over to the second bed. It too was covered in books and in toys and in makeup.
Makeup? You shouldn't have makeup in the bed. Everybody knows this. It will make a mess.
I couldn't possibly sit on that. I might get makeup all over me clothes, which weren't that tidy really.
Shouldn't it be me saying that?
Yes, it probably should, but you didn't. You were looking out the window.
There is something interesting.
What?
Dunno, can't remember.
You've got a very short memory.
What? Who are you?
Anyway, she went over to the third bed. The third bed didn't have as many toys on it.
No.
And it didn't have any books on it.
No.
Because oddly enough, all the books had been put on the shelf.
Ooh, there's a bit of space there. I'll just take the weight off my feet.
Said the silly girl. Well, you know what happened next. She curled up on the bed and she fell sound asleep. So we can now ignore her for a little while, and we'll go back downstairs, where 3 little girls, having caught fish and let fish go,
What a waste of fishing.
had got back into the kitchen. Who left the front door open? Said one of them. You were the last out, said one of the others. But I shut it. Did you lock it? Don't think so. Nobody set the burglar alarm. I hope we've not been burgled. That'd be really bad, said one of the girls. They continued around and about, over to the table, and at the kitchen table, the eldest girl said, "Oi! Someone's been eating my porridge!" The middlest girl said, "Someone's been eating my porridge!" And the youngest girl said, "Someone's been eating my porridge and they've eaten it all! The greedy beggars!" I was really hungry as well. Look at me, wasting away I am. "Oh, stop it," said her big sisters. They went through into the living room. "Someone's been scuffling on my chair," said one of the girls. "Someone's been scuffling at my chair," said another one of the girls. Someone's been sat on my chair and they've smashed it. They must have had a really big bum or something, said the youngest girl. They couldn't see any other sign of anything downstairs until all of a sudden, oh, what's that? That looks like a mucky footprint on our stairs. They crept up the stairs, feeling very, very fierce. They pushed open the bedroom door. No one on my bed, said the one girl. No one on my bed, said the middlest girl. The littlest girl said, there's someone asleep in my bed. They've not taken the shoes off either. That's really rude. What should we do, said the eldest girl. Leave her for a minute, said the littlest girl. I've got a plan. Ooh. So they all went downstairs. And after a very swift, whispered conference downstairs in the kitchen, they all left,
sniggering.
As they went outside, they heard a blip, 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 as the alarm set itself and the intruder deterrents prepared to deter intruders.
That sounds really scary.
What shall we do now? Said the eldest girl. Let's use the remote control and set off the alarm, said the middlest girl. Is everything armed? Said the littlest girl. Probably, said the eldest. Shall we just check everything first? What a good idea, they all said. They went and had a quick inspection of all the deterrents. They were all primed and ready to go. All right, let's do it. The eldest girl pulled a remote control from her pocket and pressed a button.
Oh yeah, buttons, you've got to love them.
The next thing you know, that's enough. All right, okay. The burglar alarm went off. There was a scream from upstairs. Oh my God, I'm going to get caught again. The sound of heavy footprints. Footprints? Footfalls. Down the stairs. Thunder, 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 thunder. Through the kitchen. Screams of pain.
There were lasers in the kitchen.
The front door got smashed open. And a very scared looking figure ran out.
And this was the bad bit.
Do you want to tell it?
Go on, please, 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 please. Can I tell it? Can I tell it? Can I tell it?
Yeah, go on then.
Alright. The first step out of the front door triggered a whole pile of flying darts. These sting as they smacked her big behind. Ow, 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 ow! I was going to do that voice.
Tough, I did it. Haha.
On the fourth step, the flagstones collapsed underneath her, and she fell into a pit.
But there weren't any spikes at the bottom of it before he says there are.
There were spikes at the... Oh, hang on, I was going to say... Oh, you're no fun, you. There weren't any spikes at the bottom of the pit. What there was a pressure plate.
Oh, what?
A pressure plate.
What's one of them?
It's a plate that triggers something as soon as you stand on it.
Ooh. Go on then, what happened next?
It seemed like nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
But
suddenly there was a small sound. You know the sound when you drop a little rubber ball at the top of the steps? And it goes dunk, 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 until it gets to the bottom of the steps. It didn't sound anything like this. It sounded like a huge ball starting to roll. Crunchity, 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 crunch. Crunchity, 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 crunch. The little girl looked up and she saw a tunnel. The tunnel had really cool strobe effects down it, and the far end of the tunnel, rolling towards her, was a really, really, really big stone ball, and it was getting faster and faster and faster. The little girl screamed until the ball came to the entrance of the tunnel, where it stopped, absolutely dead. And it hit a little switch, and a big cage came flying over the top, and the little girl was trapped.
Cool! Said all the girls, and then went inside to call the police. But they weren't that nice. They left the girl in there for a while they ate the porridge, because it was still just about warm enough. But they shared some with the littlest girl. The police came, and the traps all got reset, and the police dragged off the little burgling thief to the police cells, and they never heard from her again until the court case, where she was locked up for a very long time. So,
don't burgle people's houses.
Don't break things.
Tidy your bedrooms.
The
End.
Love you. Night night.
Night night.